Hi everyone. Hi, how you all doing? I hope that you're doing fine today. So today we'll be having adjectives. Okay. So first off, you're just gonna log in using the aplusstudent.com, and after that you scroll down, click on your name, and then language art. So we are working on grade one today. And yes, you click on grade one here, then search for the chapter, which is adjectives. Okay, so yeah, okay, so we'll do the first three lessons today. Okay, we'll complete the first three, and then from your next lesson, you complete the last two. Okay, so the first one that we'll be having today is compare pictures using adjectives. All right, so first of all, we need to know what adjectives are, right? Okay. An adjective is a word that tells about a person, animal, place, or thing. Okay. So an adjective will tell you a person, a place, or a thing. Okay. So when it is telling us about a person, okay, so it could be telling us about my sister. My sister is a person, right? So my sister's name could be Kate. All right. So since it's telling us about a person, my sister is Kate, and then it could say that Kate is sleeping. So it could be telling you about Kate. Okay. All right. And then it could also be telling you about a place. So when we have place, we could have Canada. We could have the pen is on the table. Okay, so this is a place. So when you ask, oh, where's the pen? You could is on the table. So telling you the place where the pen is. Okay, then it could tell us about animal, right? Then animal. So animal, it could be like where's the cat? If it's telling us about animal, it could be telling us about a cat. Okay, um look at that cat. So telling us about animal, and then it could also tell us about team. Okay, so we have team. Okay, so team could pass as okay. All right, so just note that adjective is a word that tells you about a person, animal, place, or thing. Okay, I can. Do you see the screen now? Do you see the screen now? Ali, do you see the screen? Please say yes if you can. Can you see the screen? Can you see the screen, Ali? You said you cannot see. All right. Anyways, we will continue. Now, some adjective tells what kind. Okay. So even when an adjective is telling you about a person, animal, place, or thing, other adjective can tell you what kind. Okay. So now, Tom sees a big truck. This is a truck here, right? This is a truck here. And then it says that Tom sees a big truck. Now, what kind of truck does Tom see? Right? We have a red ball, right? So if it's saying that some adjective tells you what kind, you're asking, oh, what kind of truck? You could say a red truck, right? This truck is red. So what kind? It's a red truck. Then we have a red ball. Mhm. So what kind of ball is it? It's a red ball, telling us what kind of ball you can see or what kind of truck you can see. Okay, so now the adjective dark tells you what kind of sky to find. Now let's say that you say, oh, I can see the sky, right? Look at the sky here. I can see the sky. Now, when I ask you what kind of sky can you see, you would say the because up here the sky is dark. Okay, you see dark here. You can tell me I see the dark sky or I can see the dark sky. Okay, because the sky is dark. So when you are asked what kind, under adjective, it is okay. What kind can you see? What can you see? You can give a description of the color or anything that you can see. So for the sky, you can say, "Oh, I can see the dark sky," or there's green around it as well. Okay. Okay. So now, we have the adjective soft tells you what kind of ground to find. So now, if I tell you, oh, I can see the ground, and then I say, "No, tell me, I can see the ground," and I ask you, what kind of ground can you see? I can see the soft ground. Okay, so the soft ground, because look at where her feet are, right? See, she's working, but it's soft. So you see, I can see the soft ground because the ground is soft. It has like sand under. Um. Okay, wait. Everybody, right? We have Bubble and DJ here, right, on the chat. Do you guys see the screen clearly or is it blurry, just like Ali? Tom, are you Tom? Do you guys see the screen clearly or it's blurry? Hi, do you see the screen clearly? Can you see clearly? Okay, so Bubble, everyone can see it clearly. I can also see it clearly. So I think Ali, your internet or something. So you can try to fix it, okay? But it's clear here, so just maybe go out and come back to the class again, okay? All right. So now, soft because the ground is soft. All right. Let's see then. Okay, so we have shiny here, and then it says that if what kind of bell can you see? I can see the shiny bell. Okay, because the bell is shiny. Yes, you can see the shiny bell. Okay, so yeah, this is it. Shiny bell. So depending on whatever you can see, you tell us what kind. Okay, depending on whatever you see. Okay. So we will check some more examples, okay? Then I can see the book. So what kind of book can you see? the red book because the book is red, right? So you say, this is the red book. And then short tells you what kind of bookcase to find, right? Now, when we say short, can you see the short bookcase? Yes, this is it here. This is the short bookcase. Okay, so now this bookcase is short. So if you're looking for it, you're just gonna search, oh, where's the short bookcase? And you can see the short one here. Okay, so now try to go to the test and then we will see if we understand. Okay. Now, red book. I want you all to send your answers, okay? Let's have an interaction on the chat, okay? So, if your answer is the first or the one, you send me one or two, okay? So, find the red book. What's your answer? The first one or the second one? It says to find the red book. So, is it the first, second? The first or the second? Okay, great. All right. Now, find the short bookcase. The first one or the second? The first or the second? Which is the short bookcase? Do we have the first one or the second one for the short? The first or the second? What's our answer? The first one, yes, because the first one is the short one. Okay, so find the flat land. Now, which is the flat land here? The first picture, the second. Okay, so we have find the flat land. Is it gonna be the first one or the second one? First or second? Okay. Ali says second, so second. Okay, let's go with the second one. Okay, good job. So now, let's say that you're working on this and you do not know the right answer. You are asked which is the warm and you don't know if first or the second, and then you click on anyone and you get it wrong. So what you need to do is you go down, okay? Scroll down like this, okay? Whenever you get anything wrong, you go down and then you read the tutorials again. So the tutorials will give you a detailed explanation. Okay? Yes. So you just go down, read this, and then okay, this is the warm because there's a fireplace here. So obviously this is the warm room because it has the fireplace. Okay? Alright. Yeah, so the first one is the warm one because we have the fire there. Because and this girl looks cold. So yeah. But in case you click an answer and it is wrong, just go down here, read it again before you continue the test. All right? Hmm. Now, find the deep water, the first or the second. Find the deep water. So which one is the deep water, first or second? The second one. Okay. All right. So find the dark sky, first or second. The dark sky, first or second. Mm-hmm. Is it the first one or the second one? Second one. Okay. Okay. So do you all understand comparing pictures using adjective? Do you understand this? Tell me on the chat or no if you understand. Yes or no. So tell me. Mm-hmm. Do you understand? Yes or no? Before we move on to the next lesson, do you guys understand this? Yes. Okay. Bubble says yes. Okay. Rest of you, do you understand? Okay. So we'll go to the next lesson and I will let you all finish the test. Okay. So we've gotten up to page 7. So if you've not done this topic yet, try to finish up. Okay. Until 20. Okay. Right, Ali. Good. So we'll move on to use number words. Okay. Okay. So use number words. Okay. Many cars are there? Okay. So we have like number words. Okay. Now, an adjective is a word that tells about a person, animal, place, or thing. Some adjective tells how many. Okay. So some adjectives will tell you how many. That is like asking you, how many things do you see? Okay. All right. How many do you see? All right. So now let's move on here. Um, up here. Okay. So if you are asked, how many red cars do you see? Okay. How many red cars do you see? And then you're gonna count and then you say, okay. Hi, Abraham. You said your name is Abraham, right? So, hi. Okay. Now, we have trees here and we have dogs. Now, how many trees do you see? Or how many trees does Kim sees? Kim sees 2 trees. Okay. Good. How many dogs do you Okay, so everyone tell me on the chat, how many dogs do you see? How many dogs do you see? How many dogs? How many dogs do we see here? 3 dogs. Yeah, perfect. So that is what some adjectives will tell you. Some adjectives will tell you how many. Okay, so how many things can you see from the picture? Okay. Hmm. Now we have how many pennies are there? So how many pennies do we see here? How many pennies do we see here? How many pennies? Okay, can you guys check? How many pennies do we see? Can you count and send your answers? How many pennies do we see here? How many pennies? 9. Okay, so we have 9 pennies, right? Okay, so that is what this adjective is telling us. This adjective is telling us how many. Okay, so how many can you see? Now, how many glasses are there? How many glasses do we have here? Look at it carefully. How many glasses do we have? All right, and then for the glasses, guys, can you send your answers? So, how many glasses do you see? Four glasses. Okay, so we have four glasses. Okay, so yeah, that's it. All right, so that's it for this adjective. It's always gonna tell you how many. Okay, so how many things can you see from the picture? So let's try some more example before we move on to the test. Hmm. So we have pots here. Um, we have pots, right? So how many pots are there? How many pots do you see? We have one, two, three, four, four pots, right? Good. So that's how it is. Then we have how many baskets are there? How many baskets are there? We have just one, okay, only one basket. And then we have how many dishes are there? So you all tell me, how many dishes do we have here? How many dishes do we have? How many dishes do we have here? How many dishes? Okay. So five dishes here, Ali. Five. So we have five dishes here. Okay, good job, guys. So that's it for this adjective. It is telling you how many things can you see. Okay, so we'll move on to the test. All right, and then send in your answers. All right. So how many airplanes are there? How many airplanes are there? So how many do you all see? How many airplanes do you see? Send your answers. Is it the first one or the second one? So answer is first or second. So you can pick say first or second on the chat, right? So how many do you see? Airplanes. So we have what? Second. Two. How many airplanes? One or two? So two. Right? Okay. Okay, how many dishes are there? How many dishes do you all see? You count these dishes. How many do you see here? So can you count the dishes? How many dishes do we have here? How many dishes? Five dishes, right? So we have five. So five is the correct answer. How many bags are there? How many bags do we have here? So how many bags do you see? Hmm? Three. Okay, good job. So we have three bags. Three, yeah. And then for the cakes, how many cakes do you see? How many cakes do we have here? How many cakes do we have? How many cakes? Mhm. So we have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. So eight, right? Eight cakes we have here. All right. Okay. Eight. Yeah, eight cakes. Then how many cars are there? How many cars do you see here? How many cars do you see? How many cars? Six. Okay, six cars. And then how many balls are there? How many balls do you see here? So count the balls. How many? How many balls? How many balls do you see? Seven. Okay, good job. Okay, so that's it for the numbers, words. Okay, that's it for like the adjectives that tell you how many. Okay, so do you have any question, guys? Do you have any questions from this one? You can type yes or no. Do you have any questions? Any question? So if you have no question, you just say no. But if you have a question, say yes. And then you can ask your questions. So any question? Do you have any question? No or yes? No question. So DJ says no question. And the rest of you, no. Okay. So make sure you finish the rest of the test, okay? Okay, finish it. All right, so make sure you finish the test for the number words, okay? Use number words. And then we will go to does the adjective tell you what kind or how many? Okay? So now, the first one we did was telling us what kind. Like what kind do you see? I see a red truck. What kind of ball do you see? I see a red ball. And then the second one we did was telling us how many, right? So how many cars do you see? How many trees do you see? How many dogs do you see? Okay? So, like I said, an adjective is a word that tells about a person, animal, place, or thing. So some adjective tells you what kind. And when it is telling you what kind, it is giving you Tom sees a big truck. Okay, so what kind of truck did Tom see? He saw a big truck. This truck here is very big. Big. He saw a big truck. And then we have, so when we ask, oh, what kind of ball did you see? You see, I saw a red ball. All right. So now some adjective tells how many. That is the last unit we just did, the one that had the numbers. Yeah. So how many trees does Kim sees? How many trees does Kim sees? Kim sees two trees, right? Because we have one, we have two. And then for the dogs, one, two, three. I have three dogs. Okay? So take notes and make sure you remember. So now we'll check some examples, okay? Okay, so let's see some examples. Okay. Okay, look at the adjective board. Does it tell you what kind or how many? Okay, we need to find the pictures. Okay, wait. We can try the test to get the pictures. Okay, now, look at the adjective in bold. Does it tell you what kind or how many? It says long, a long road. So, is it telling us what kind of road or how many roads it is? Is it the first or the second? Okay, so we need to figure out a long road. Now, is it telling us what kind of road or how many roads we have? So, are we having what kind or how many? So you write your answers on the chat if it's the first or the second. First or the second. Is it telling us what kind or what kind or how many? Okay. So you all we have number one or number two for this question. Is it telling us what kind of road or how many roads we have? Which one? One or two? So is it the first one or the second? Is it what kind or how many? First or second? Which one? What's your answer, guys? Send your answers. Let's see. Let's see if you know what we're doing. Guys, are you here? What's your answer? Because it says a long road. So, what kind of road is it telling you? Is it telling you how many or what kind? So, this is telling us what kind of road. Yes, Ali one. What kind? Because if I ask you what kind of road is it? You say it's a long road, right? When I say what kind of road is it? It's a long road, okay? So, this is telling us what kind. Now we have next one, some peaches or some painters. Okay, so now it says some painters. So what kind of painters do we have, or is it how many painters do we have? Some painters. Is it what kind or how many? Okay, is it what kind or how many? Is it what kind or how many? How many painters do we have? Is it some painters or is it what kind of painter? The first or the second? So we have how many because it's telling us some painters, right? If I ask how many painters do you see there? You say, oh, I see some painters. Okay. So yeah. And then we have a new bike. All right. So what kind or how many? Is it what kind or how many? So, um, what kind of bike can you see? Oh, I see a new bike. So is it gonna be what kind or how many? It is what kind, okay? Because what kind will ask you, what can you see? You say a new bike. But then how many will ask you, how many dogs do we have there? And then you can say three dogs. Okay? So this is what kind. Then we have a short ride. A short ride. Okay, so you're gonna ask how many ride or what kind of ride? It's gonna be a short ride, right? Because we cannot say, oh, I see four rides. No, what kind of ride do you have or what kind of ride? So it's gonna be a short ride, okay? Because we cannot say how many rides do we have. One. Yeah, a short ride. Okay. So stories. Okay, funny stories. Is it gonna be what kind or how many? Do we have stories or what kind? So it's gonna be what kind because you are saying what kind of story do we have? We have funny stories. Okay. All right. So you guys tell me on the chat. John, do you understand this? Yes or no? Send in on a message. Do you understand this? Yes or no? If you do not understand, ask your question. Tell me what you do not understand. Do you understand? Yes or no? Mm-hmm. Do you understand? Yes or no? Do you understand? Yes or no? Mm-hmm. Do you guys have any questions? If you have no question, you say what? If you have a question, you say yes. Okay. So, any questions? Hmm. No, I really don't. Okay. So, DJ, you have no question. Okay. Rest of you, do you have any questions? That means, DJ, you can finish the remaining questions, right? Yeah, from the test because we have about um 24 left, so you have to try to finish the 24 questions left. No, Ali says no. Okay. Okay, Ali has no question. Yes and no. Okay, Abraham, yes and no. What's your question? Ask your question. You said yes. What's your question for the yes? Tell us your question. Abraham, what's your question? Hmm? You can ask your questions since you said yes and no. So what's the question that you have? Or you have no questions? Or do you have no question? Hmm. Okay. So I'm guessing we have no questions, right? Okay. So I want you all to try to finish the I don't understand. No, I don't understand. Okay, can you ask a question, DJ? What don't you understand? Because this one is saying that look at the adjective in bold, right? It's telling us look at the adjective in bold. Does it tell you what kind or how many? Now, the one in bold is one, right? So when you have one wish, is it telling us what kind of wish or is it telling us how many? Remember that when we did how many was the numbers. For example, for how many you say, oh, how many dogs do you have? I dogs. That is for how many you are counting. And then for what kind is when you see what kind of dog do you see? I see brown dogs or I see small dogs. Okay, so it is asking you, what do you see? Do you see a small dog or a big dog? Oh, for what kind you say, oh, I see a small dog. And for how many dogs do you see? I see three dogs. Because how many deals with the numbers? For how many you have to count? One, two, three, four, five. Yes, for how many? But for what kind, you're gonna tell us what you can see. Do you see big or small? That is it for what kind. Okay. Get it now, DJ. Do you get it now? Let me know if you guys understand it now or if you have any questions. Do you understand or any question? Hmm? So yeah, tell me. Do you understand it now? Do you understand? Everybody, do you guys understand now? Yes or no? DJ, you asked the question. Do you get it now? Or do you still have a question? Okay, so anyways, you guys are more. Just note that what kind is asking you, what can you see? Do you see big, small? That is it for what kind. And how many has to do with the numbers. Okay? So, yes, I'm gonna let you all. Okay, thank you. Good. I'm gonna let you all finish up the rest of the test. Okay, so you all finish the rest of the test, and then next class we'll complete the last two lessons. Okay, so yes, we'll finish the last two lessons next lesson. Okay, so we're gonna see next time. Bye, everyone. Bye, guys. So, bye, everyone.